Hello everybody, welcome to the Tube. We got a lot going on. Here's our lineup. Is France planning new web censorship measures? Which Israeli startup is Amazon planning to purchase? How does Netflix plan to conquer the whole globe? Can this new projection technology change sports? What's going on? Our viral video segment, and more questions and more answers. Go! And we start the show with some big news from France. The people to blame for terrorism have finally been found. Yes, the French government is now pointing a finger at the culprits, and they are none other than Facebook and Twitter. French Secretary of State for European Affairs Harlem Désir told reporters at a United Nations meeting that the governments of the world need to respond to hate videos, calls for death, and propaganda. We must establish a legal framework of the internet platforms, the large companies managing social network, so that they're called upon to act responsibly, said Désir. So, is the French government looking to form a new web censorship act? We bet the answer is yes. Stay tuned. Moving on, full speed ahead to some hot tech news. Samsung Electronics recently offered to buy BlackBerry for as much as $7.5 billion. The Korean giant is seeking BlackBerry's valuable patents as it battles Apple in the corporate market, according to a report by Reuters. BlackBerry and Samsung initially denied the story, but Reuters claims it has documents that prove the denial as false. BlackBerry has rejected several takeover bids recently, claiming the evaluation at $7 billion falls very short from its possible future value. Google is about to shock the telecom world. The tech giant is planning to sell wireless phone service directly to consumers using Sprint and T-Mobile networks, according to reports. Google could offer discounted wireless data plans that would pressure other major carriers to offer better deals and services, or risk losing customers to a powerful rival. More affordable plans, in turn, could bring more people online. More people online, more money for Google. After the announcement that cloud storage giant Dropbox acquired Israeli-based startup Cloud.on, another Israeli company may be bought by another big name overseas. According to Israeli economy daily Kalkalist, Amazon is in advanced negotiation with the Israeli chip maker Annapurna Labs. The bid for between $350 and $400 million. YouTube competitor Vimeo grabbed some attention in the Sundance Film Festival by announcing their on-demand publisher network, enabling partners to sell premium, ad-free content from Vimeo's VOD catalog directly on their sites. Launch partners include The Atlantic, CBS Interactive, and more, including an exclusive distribution deal with Indiegogo for films backed by crowdfunding website. And, well, that's some good news. Netflix surprised Wall Street this week with an aggressive new target. It plans to grow its global footprint to a whopping 200 countries within the next 2 years. And the company claimed it can do so while maintaining profitability. Netflix is already the world's biggest subscription VOD service, operating in 50 countries, but it will face a host of challenges by expanding to so many new territories in such a relatively short time frame. Those problems might range from broadband limitations in individual markets to varying local regulations, as well as how comprehensive Netflix global content licensing deals are. So, can they do it? And if they can, what does it mean? Let's talk with our chief editor Yaron Tenbrink about it, but before we talkie, here's a recent Netflix pitch for spoiler-phobics. Oh, no spoilers.
Ever get really mad at someone who spoiled TV for you? Maybe you wanted to strangle them, defriend them, or even break up over it. At Netflix, we get it. You see, once we launched all episodes of our shows at the same time all around the world, a new global water cooler conversation began. People talking at any time, on any screen, with anyone and everyone. Spoilers spread like wildfire. We might have added some fuel to that fire. So we asked cultural anthropologist Grant McCracken to get to the bottom of this spoiler frenzy. He discovered that spoilers are evolving. Here's why. Over the past few years, writers and showrunners threw out the old TV rulebook. This new and improved TV is complex and morally challenging. Bad things happen to good people. We root for the bad guy. TV got better, and we needed to talk about it with someone. It was almost as if there was a pressure to spoil, which is exactly the reason why so many people are doing it, and with personality. There's the one who's totally uncensored.
Yep, so Yaron, hello, good evening.
Hi.
Can it work for Netflix, or are they just getting mad with power?
Well, I think the answer is yes on both. I mean, it can probably work because they actually promised that to their investors and shareholders. That's the source of this information. So they must think that they can achieve 200 countries in 2 years. It's enormous growth, and it means they aim for global domination. So yes, they're mad with power, and they want it all, because if they do it, it changes everything in the television business.
Before we talk about the change, why doing it so fast? What's the hurry?
Well, I think we have a time frame now, a window of opportunity for new companies, basically startups, such as Netflix, to break into the big media business. It's a very small club of very few corporations that control the entire media and entertainment sphere. Now, if you can break into it, you have to do it fast before they realize what's going on. Because if they start, they are already starting to provide services very similar to those of Netflix. You have HBO Go and you have CBS Interactive, and they're all kind of waking up to this reality. But Netflix has to act very fast if it wants to maintain the advantage that it has in the field of online video streaming.
And what are going to be their obstacles?
They're going to have so many obstacles. It's kind of hard to imagine, but every different market has different rules. It has different agreements with the content providers in America and in England and other markets, and you know, every country that Netflix enters, it has to ask itself, am I gonna provide also local content with the local language, or am I just gonna push my bunch of products into their television set? Nobody knows exactly what are the regulations in every country. I mean, they will have to discover that as they go. And in a small market like the Israeli market, for example, they'll have very, very hard time to penetrate, very hard time to fight the regulation, and they might have to compromise for, you know, being a service inside other services that sell you cable or satellite television. So, you know, it's an enormous task. It's going to cost them a lot of money. Maintaining profitability in such a campaign is very, very hard, but they are ambitious, and we've seen where their ambition has led them so far. So I would be rather optimistic if I was an investor in Netflix.
And what's the meaning of it, if it works? If in 2 years they are all around 250 countries, what's the meaning of it?
It's a complete change of everything we know about television business, because nowadays you don't really have a global power that decides, that enables people to watch the same thing all over the world at the same time, from any machine they want, from any platform they want. This freedom is non-existent today. What you have today are a few very big media corporations that decide in which market they will premiere their material, and which market will get it in syndication, and on what terms and when, and it all costs a lot of money, and it's also a very steady business. They are all making a lot of money, and I think Netflix is about to change that, because Netflix is working on low profitability and not maximum profitability. And you know, the entertainment business is very used to being a monopoly, and they can sell their television series or their movies for how much money they want to, basically. What Netflix does is real competition.
Well, what's confusing to me is, you know, House of Cards, when it when they premiered it, it premiered all over the world and everybody saw it. So what's the difference?
The big difference is that most people saw it without paying. So, here in Israel, for example, everybody saw it because everybody illegally downloaded it.
No, that's not true. Cable and satellite.
And in some cases, is like local cable providers will buy the rights to screen the series at the same time, but not all of it. They will screen it week after week. While on Netflix, you can get the whole series in one go.
Again, not precise, because House of Cards.
For Netflix, it doesn't really matter because they make money either way.
Yeah, but I'm talking about myself as the Israeli consumer. Okay.
As a local consumer, you just want to get the content. So nowadays, you're paying like $50 a month for a content provider, and you can watch some Netflix series as well. What Netflix suggests is that you pay Netflix $10 a month, and you pay nobody else, and you watch whatever they can afford to show you, and that's it. And they get your $10.
I'm not sure that's much of a better deal.
I think. Well, most people in the States, it's very clear. It's a better deal. That's what young people are choosing more and more. They can get the rest of the material in other ways, illegally or legally. But the days where a single provider asks you to pay hundreds of dollars a year, basically, just to watch content. Which is not defined. No more.
Okay, Aaron, thank you very much. Let's move on. It seems that nowadays politicians are looking to convey their message to the people by, well, any means possible. So it's a good thing for Obama that his State of the Union speech, which took him, more than an hour to deliver, has been summed up to 2 minutes by the Gregory brothers of Songify the News fame. Now you can watch the mixtape of the State of the Union and even sing its catchy tune afterwards. Maybe the next president should just, sing his speeches. Well, we love singers. Take a look.
Our economy is growing like 1999. The crime rate came down for the first time.
Is he singing?
For the first time.
I think he's singing.
For the first time.
I work the morning biscuit line at Hardee's. That's why you elected the Republican Party. The Republican Party. The Republican Party.
Get it, like 1999. Get it, like 1999. It has been and still is a hard time. But tonight we get it like it's 1999. We picked ourselves up, dusted ourselves off. I will not let this Congress turn back the clock. Turn back the clock. Turn back the clock. I have no more campaigns because I want an oath. My agenda is the same since the day I swore an oath.
3D projectors are a relatively new thing, but now they are coming to sports and they can be a real game changer. Last week, Toronto hockey team Maple Leafs introduced its new 3D projector and it got, well, a lot of attention, from mock flooding of the surface to the floor being dropped. The ice arena turned into a pretty dramatic 3D canvas. NBA franchise Toronto Raptors will use the system as well. Two companies are behind this brilliant technology, Solotech and 4U2C, with the first providing the hardware and software for this impressive display. Now bring it to places that are not boring ice hockey games, please. Okay, ever called Call of Duty and wondered who gets the whole video shoot after you died in the game? Well, there is a kill cam cameraman for that, and he's here to tell you that he really loves his job.
You know, every time you get fragged in Call of Duty, you see a kill cam, right? You ever stop to think, who's the guy holding that camera? That'd be me. I'm the kill cameraman. That's my job. What's your dumbass job? Been doing it for a long time. Saw World War II, Vietnam, the future. You name it, I filmed it, man. And then Advanced Warfare's Havoc DLC shows up at my party with 4 crazy new maps, like a desert fusion reactor and a motel filled with creepy-ass clowns, an insane new weapon, and zombies in freaking exosuits.
And that's it. Thanks for watching. Log on to our Twitter and our Tumblr. It's a 224. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new show. We'll leave you with this amazing video by Israeli artist Eran Amir. It looks like it's in reverse, but it's not. Take a look. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.